All right. Hello, Idiots on Parade, the Too Ugly for TV podcast. We mock the news so you don't have to. I am Nathan Timmel, stand-up comedian in Iowa City. With me, as always, is Jake Vebra, stand-up comedian in New York City. Hello, Jake.
How's it going?
All is well here. Got the new water heater behind me. If you remember last week, it bottomed out. It was nice because we got the new water heater while we were on vacation. We went to northern Wisconsin, and they came and put it in while we were gone. So leave with no warm water, return with warm water. It's also awesome.
I miss those quaint vacations from back in the day, being in the Midwest. Being a true Midwesterner means you vacation in slightly less shitty spots of the Midwest. That's fucking awesome. I love that.
Northern Wisconsin is not slightly less shitty. It was shitty this week because fuck you, Canada. All we got was their goddamn smoke. Fuck you, Canada. Go to hell with your fucking fires. But
Trump built the wall on the wrong border, man. It's been bad here too.
Yes. But either way, no, we went rafting on 2 different rivers, and that's fun as shit.
That's awesome.
Look at this. Look at this over on YouTube. Rage bait comments. Love your content.
Yeah,
Thank you. That is kind. And Mick from Australia. Hello. What time is it over there? What are you doing awake? I'm not good with time zones, so he's probably seen us from the future. He knows what we're going to say before we say it because he's in the future. He's ahead of us. He is in the future. He knows what we're going to talk about.
Oh, quick, give us lotto numbers.
I think that's how time zones work. I think how that's how the dateline works.
The greatest time travel character from any movie was Old Man Biff in Back to the Future too. So I want to use this power to cheat at gambling.
Ragebait says it's not Canada's fault. It's not. I love how when California is on fire, Canada sends firefighters and tankers and help. And when Canada's on fire, Trump and some asshole from Ohio. There's some dickhead legislator in Ohio that drew a bill that says they want to kick Canada's representative out until they get their fires under control. Well, Republicans are such cunts.
It's nuts, man. And also it's like, hey, didn't we just jack up the price of gas for the entire globe because Trump wanted to make money stealing oil from the Middle East? Isn't that what just happened?
No, see, this is where you're wrong. You think it's all about Trump and money. It's about Trump wanting to distract people from the fact he's a pedophile. There's a difference.
Sorry, I forgot. It's not all about money. It's also to distract from the kid fucking. Trump and the Catholic Church. They're like two peas in a pod, even though they're kind of fighting right now, which is weird. You'd think they'd be natural allies, you know?
You would think.
They love ugly gold jewelry, you know? They live in big mansions. They're trying to distract from kid diddling, scandals, but for some reason, they just beef. It's crazy.
It makes no sense. All right, shall we jump into a couple stories?
But I will say before we do that, I'm glad that Trump and the Catholic Church aren't teaming up. Can you imagine how many pedophilia scandals they'd be covering up then? It would be crazy.
Well, they did. Did Dolan endorse him? I forget.
Yeah, it's the American Catholics are like kind of a mixed bag politically. So like, yeah, you'll have a lot of the cardinals and stuff will be conservative, and then a lot of them will be liberal. It's what it is. Yeah,
it is what it is. All right. Well, speaking of Trump, and let's talk about this. Oh, God damn it! When I sent you this article, I could read it, and now it's behind a paywall. I can't even read the headline. Tariff refunds push June deficit to $120 billion. I can't read the story because it used to be free. Now it's behind a paywall. But the thing I sent you was I thought this would be much bigger news. Let me see if I can Google another version of it that is free.
Actually, hey, man, here's a good way to cheat that. So copy that link right now and then hit Control-Shift-N. That should give you an incognito window, like you're looking at porn or something.
I know incognito windows.
Dude. So this is a good way, and also for the listeners, this is helpful as well. If you're trying to get around paywalls, do the incognito
it didn't work.
windows. Those usually help it. Didn't work?
No.
Those scumbags.
Well, you know what? Actually, I've been using AI when I find an article that's behind a paywall.
Oh shit! Yeah, it didn't work for me either. Man.
Yeah, I go, hey, AI, whatever it is, ChatGPT or Gemini. I go, hey, there's an article. This is the title. It's on Reuters. It's behind a paywall. What can you figure out? And it gives me a summary of the article. I'm using AI to cheat these things. these paywalls.
Dude, there's another thing though. I got to find you the site. Remove paywall free online. Yeah, it's actually, yeah, if you just go to removepaywall.com, you should be able to post the thing right in there and it'll do it.
Well, I just Googled it, but I just found the article. It's beyond a paywall. Let's see if this one supply chain. Okay, this one seems to be that's an ad. Okay. Tariff refunds push United States June budget deficit to $120 billion. I thought this would be bigger news. When I Google it just now, actually, I only came up with a couple hits, but the U.S. Treasury Department said on July 13th that the U.S. budget deficit had risen to $120 billion, they reported, because it represents a sharp reversal from the surplus in June 2025 that the administration touted as evidence of tariff success. But the Supreme Court ruled the tariffs were illegal, demanded refunds, which not going to the people that paid the tariffs, the consumer, to the companies that got charged them. And yeah, so it not only has this backfired horribly, now we are paying refunds, just billions of dollars of refunds to companies. And I can't get over the fact that no one's talking about it. This is, Democrats could win the coming November election easily, but they're just so stupid. They trip over their own dicks. They should be screaming about this. They should be, shouting, hey, look what Trump did with your money. He's giving it back to companies. You got charged. It's insane.
Well, I guess my response to that is there are plenty of Democrats that are screaming about this. It's just that it gets overshadowed by the stuff we started talking about at the beginning. It should be better used. If there wasn't a straight up, maybe he's not a pedophile, all you Trumpers out there, there's no proof, right? Like, okay, yeah. Right. I know your boys they drew black lines through all the proof. I know. Could have been anything under there. Maybe the Clintons did it, but maybe Obama is underneath all of those black lines. Doubt it. I think Trump's in a lot of those. That's why he hasn't released all these to the public, like he was ordered to by Congress, including
like he ran on in 2024.
So I think the fact that that's going on is distracting from. Okay, so but basically what I was going to say, fine. He might not be a pedophile. Best case scenario, he's helping a bunch of pedophiles get away with it while he fucks age-appropriate women. Still bad.
And by age-appropriate, we're talking about a 40, 50-year-old guy that was banging 21-year-olds at best. When I say age-appropriate, I mean
still
legal. Wildly inappropriate and gross.
Yeah, wildly inappropriate and gross, but legal. So best case scenario, he was doing that while helping a bunch of pedophiles get away with it. So I think the fact that we've got that guy in the White House also starting wars while covering up for pedophilia, that's just overshadowing all the other shit. It should be bigger news. I agree, but it's one of those things like if a nuclear bomb goes off tomorrow, for some reason people ain't talking about the new Madonna album. You know what I'm saying?
I do. Really quick, I want to acknowledge some comments. Mick says to clear my cookies. I agree that should work, but incognito should actually work. Jake is right that if incognito is not working, I don't know why it's not. Ultra showed up and said hello.
He's probably got to be getting around. They've probably been actively figuring out ways around the whole. Oh, just do incognito and get our shit for free. I mean, they gotta, they got to be working on that.
I'll put it back up. Mick says that Trump will get away with it because the next president will pardon him. I don't know. If it's a Republican, they'll pardon him. Yeah. If it's a Democrat, my hope is that they just ignore it. I don't want to get this back and forth of, we're in power, we need to go after. I'm not saying he should get away with murder, but I mean, it's just it's all we do is Biden should have done it, or the Attorney General. Who's I'm drawing a blank on his name. The guy Garland. Should have gone after him for Georgia immediately. Just jerked off for 4 years, and that's why we are where we are. So,
I mean, because I think you got to do two things, right? You can't not go after people for stuff like this, but you can't let it be your entire political agenda once you're back in power. Otherwise, you kind of look like Trump does right now, where he and the Republicans control the executive branch, the House, the Senate, the Supreme Court, but they're still sitting there going, "Oh, there's this voter fraud. We got to stop this." It's like, hey man, if there's voter fraud, it's clearly not doing its job, in terms of the people that created the fraud, because you guys fucking won. It's yelling about voter fraud really, for the most part, is only effective when you're not in power, because when the other party's in power, you get to sit there and go, reason we lost that last election, voter fraud. They cheated, but if you're sitting there going, hey, did you know the other side, they cheated on the last election? Yeah, well, then why are you the guy in the White House right now? Why did that, if they're stealing elections, why did you win the last one?
That's my favorite comment that I saw about it was that after Trump's address, was it Thursday night? I didn't see it. I was on vacation, but
I just saw clips, man.
That he said that they stole the election in 2020, but they forgot to steal it in 2016 and 2024.
They didn't set their alarms. They were, shit, it's November. I thought it was December this year. Son of a bitch.
But the best part is, they forgot to set their alarms, but they also, the only election they were able to steal is the one where he was in charge. They were in charge during the 2016 election, and they were in charge in 2024, and they forgot to steal it. But in 2020, when he was in charge of the elections, then somehow they slipped in and stole it. It's
only the elections when there's Republicans in the White House does there tend to be voter fraud. Yeah.
Strange.
Either that or people are looking at what they're doing in the White House and going, I think I'm going to vote against this. I think I'm going with that. Yeah.
Oh, and speaking of that, this has nothing to do. You reminded me of it. I don't know why what you just said reminded me of this, but Obamacare enrollment fell from a record high this year after the federal subsidies expires, according to state-by-state data. By the numbers, 120. That was just Iowa. A drop of 10%. Nationally, Obamacare enrollment fell by 3 million or 13%. And Trump, when asked about it, said that the drop-off was because of, quote, phantom enrollees, kind of like bots on Twitter, and now the numbers are actually accurate. Not because the prices went up, not because the prices skyrocketed, people didn't drop. It's because after the prices went up, they discovered the phantom enrollees that were just sort of there. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
As an excuse.
Imagine being a hacker, and you're at one of your hacker conventions that they go to. I'm assuming Reno, Las Vegas probably wouldn't have them.
Right.
But they're probably at the hacker conventions.
Laughlin, the poor man's Reno.
You think it'd be Atlantic City, maybe? Something. They're somewhere. Yeah. Fort Lauderdale, not even Miami.
Daytona.
Yeah. So they're there. Northern Wisconsin. No, Northern Wisconsin's nice. But
hey, it's pretty.
It's yeah. Now the hackers are more into doing blow in strip clubs. It doesn't need to be pretty outside for that. In fact, the worse weather, the better. But so you're at the hacker convention. You know what I mean? And you're doing bumps off of strippers' thongs like you do, and you turn to the other one and you're like, oh yeah. So what do you do with your hacker skills? Me, I steal people's identities. You see. And then I get into their bank accounts and what's their money? That becomes my money. See, that's what I do, Or you're like, I hack elections for the Democrats or the Republicans or whatever. I do this. What do you do, Mr. Hacker Guy? You over there at the end of the table. It's been kind of quiet all night. Oh, me? Little this, little that. Mostly what I've been doing lately, I create false identities to sign up for health insurance. You're like, why do you? Where's the problem? And you're like, well, step one, see, we get we sign them up for health insurance.
Step two, collect underpants.
Yeah. It's underpants gnome from South Park. It's really, and then eventually we get enough money to, hopefully I'll be able to pay off this credit card, because I've been paying for all this coke and strippers on credit cards until this whole fake health insurance enrollee thing starts paying off. But God damn it, it's been years.
Now,
I've been doing this I've been doing it since the Obama administration. I've squandered all of my father's inheritance on this.
okay, see, I was laughing because I thought what you were saying was funny, but now I have to burst your bubble because obviously they're being silly and just talking. And it's all very funny, but let's get real. This is a real hard hitting news podcast. Creating phantom accounts for Obamacare is why the Democrats forgot to steal the election in 2024. Boom. That's why. If they hadn't been so busy creating phantom Obamacare health recipients or healthcare signees, they would have remembered to steal the election. So once again, this is the Democrats at work. That's what's happening. There
we go, man. I mean, it's they forgot to steal the election. They did their thing. That's why.
They created phantom accounts. It makes nothing.
Now that there's no phantom accounts being put on Obamacare, will they remember to steal the election in the midterms? Do you think that's what the worry is? Do you think he's seen the lack of phantom accounts in Obamacare, and he's like, wow, well, they must be focusing on stealing the election from me again?
I mean, fingers crossed. We'll see.
Could be.
I don't mean to do 3 Trump stories in a row, but since this one just popped at me, I'll pull it up. This was cute. Big Tobacco gave Trump PA's PAC $5 million, and 5 days later, the FDA cleared flavored vapes. Critics cry corruption. On April 30th, a subsidiary of tobacco giant Reynolds...
White House spokesperson calls it a coincidence. Yeah.
Yes. Cut a $5 million check to MAGA Incorporated, the main super PAC backing President Donald Trump. I like how it's just called MAGA Incorporated. A Metallica fan was in there somewhere. Damage Incorporated, MAGA Incorporated. Anyway, so 2 days later, a top Reynolds executive and 2 of the company's lobbyists had lunch with Trump at his Jupiter, Florida golf club. They joined him. And then a couple days later, Trump dialed Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy and Senators for Medicare and Medicaid. The 3 people briefed on the meeting told the New York Times that Trump complained to them about the agency's regulation of e-cigarettes. 5 days after that donation, the FDA issued new guidance opening the door to flavored vapes, bypassing the agency's normal rulemaking process. I love the just blatant openness of the bribery. I mean, it's just so... Fuck it. There's 0 fucks given. Oh, you gave me $5 million. Now you get a meeting with me, and now I make a phone call on your behalf. Some people whine and bitch. I think it's glorious.
Yeah, I do too. Wait, and I'm a little bit torn on this. A, blatantly corrupt. It's shitty. It's fucking up people's health. It's bad. It's this and that. That said, if you're sitting here in 2026 going, I'm going to smoke 19 of these blue raspberry flavored vapes a day. Why? Because the FDA and the tobacco companies say it's safe. When have they ever fucking lied to us before? Huh? Vape up, boys. Vape up. Yeah. I will have 0 sympathy for any of the assholes on the commercials. You know how they used to have the trachea guys on the commercial? And I used to feel bad for them because they told me it would actually help me run faster back in 1945 when I started smoking. Doctors told me to do it.
The doctor recommended cigarettes. Lucky
they said it would cure my fucking emphysema. It made it so much worse, right? Like, I felt bad for those guys. The guys who are sitting there going, it turns out the vapes weren't good. We all knew that. We all knew this from day one. Day one. And look, I do lots of things that aren't good for me. I've been drinking tonight. I've got tinctures and I've got weed stuff. I'll do the occasional bump at a bar as long as somebody else is buying and does it first. You got to test it for fentanyl.
Yeah, you got to make sure you don't want to just do a rant like here, snort this.
Hey, you got to let somebody else do the bump first. But my point is, I get doing unhealthy stuff, but to sit there and go, I had no idea the vapes would be bad for you. I mean, come on, we know what that shit is. We know what it is.
I have good news for you, Jake. I have excellent news because I saw a headline at some point during the week. I never read it, but as you were talking, I Googled. Here we go. Cigarettes are experiencing a cultural and visual resurgence, particularly among Gen Z in Hollywood nightlife, driven by retro nostalgia, stress, and dissatisfaction with vapes, younger generations and sigfluencers on social media. Yes, I read that. Sigfluencers on social
Hell
media,
yeah, dude.
are
I hope the
adopting
Marlboro
smoking
Man's
as a
grandson's
rebellious
getting in on this.
aesthetic. Yes.
I'm Marlboro Man the Third, and I smoke these goddamn things on a crotch rock.
Smoking's back,
Yeah.
baby.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Gen Z is gonna get cool again.
Yeah,
My
good for
daughter
them.
is Gen
Good
Z.
for
I
them.
gotta get some smokes for her.
You
I
gotta
get-
give her some cigarettes, you know?
Gotta buy her a pack of
birthday's
smoke.
coming up.
Hey,
I swear to- yeah,
Ultra
dude.
Ultra over here says a measly $5 million that hardly qualifies as a bribe. Fuck you. Jake and I will promote cigarettes for $5,000. If any tobacco company wants to give us $5,000, 25 years, we will sing the praises of flavored vapes on Idiots on Parade. We are easy to bribe. We give zero fucks. If
I'll do a fucking set for a drink ticket. Are you kidding me? I will sell out so goddamn quick and easy. So quick and easy.
I will light a cigarette and hold it through the pipe. I'm not going to smoke it because it's gross, but I will sit here with a cig talking to Jake, fully visible, if they want to bribe me. We will sell out so fast.
Dude,
Candy cigarettes. Yeah, I they still got them at live visibility
what?
restricted for 10 minutes.
What? You scumbags, you.
Smoking bad. Share with the community. Every time we get one of these, I love when I'm sending feedback. I love the decision is fair and the restriction is reasonable.
We've looked over our own decision and we have decided that we were in the right. That is what it comes back as every time.
All right, so I'm hitting that. Fuck you. We didn't do anything wrong. I just submitted feedback. Yes. Yeah. So, all right. So we've been restricted on TikTok because I'm talking about how awesome cigarettes are.
Is this dude from Australia?
Yeah, is vaping legal in the U.S.? It is here. So vapes are sold everywhere, of course, with no more nicotine than the smokes. Yeah, the rafting guys. When we went rafting in northern Wisconsin, you pull up at the rafting thing, and it's all like that's the northern Wisconsin version of California hippies because they're like, dude, we're going down the river, and they were all vaping. They'd come out and they do this like cupping thing where they like they're being really secretive, and then poosh, this flume comes out. Like, but they always like hide it. They always like it's like they bend their head and they cover with their like they're doing a secret. But yeah, vaping is legal, but for a while, around the same time as COVID, popcorn lung became a thing because a lot of people got sick on vaping, and they started making flavored vapes illegal, which is why this is big news now, or not big news. It should be big news, but yes, they were dialing back the hey, don't target kids with candy flavored vapes, and that's just been reversed because Trump is blatantly taking money and acting on behalf of you can't even get angry. It's just the way it is.
I bought a Miss Rachel brand vape the other day. I was like, this is out of control, man. They're marketing this to 2-year-olds. This is insane.
Miss Rachel vapes. Hey, I again, anybody out there, we'll do an Idiots on Parade vape.
Hell yeah.
5,000, not even 5
as
million.
much shit as we're talking about vapes, man, like, yeah, they're not good for you, but they're probably not as bad as cigarettes, though, right? So, like, if you're going to have cigarettes be illegal, how are you going to have the fucking vapes be illegal?
I mean, let's I think it's 6 dozen of one, half dozen, 6 of one, half dozen of the other.
Well, I mean, there's no tar with that, though. Like, you're actually getting tar and smoke with cigarettes,
Both are addictive. Cigarettes are generally considered worse because they have over 7,000 chemicals. Hidden risks of vaping. It's not harmless. There are fewer toxic chemicals than cigarettes. Instead of burning vapes a liquid into an aerosol. They contain heavy metals like nickel. Certain flavors have been linked to bronchitis, popcorn lung, not bronchitis, but a special kind. Cigarettes are worse, but you're still going to get something fucks you up. So Ken's here. My father still has his Mr. Rogers Zippo.
That's right. That rocks, man. Mr.
Rogers. I remember when he put his feet into a kiddie pool with an African American man, and then they both lit up menthols. They was bringing America together. That's how he did
Oh,
it.
they lit cigarettes there?
No, they just put their feet in the pool and talked.
Hey man, this was 70s, 80s. It would just smoke on hands at like, hey boys and girls, time for a kid show. Like you would just do that, you know?
X says vapes have a more heavy metals. Yeah, I just read that. It said nickel and and an unregulated manufacturing process. Thank you for that insight. Yes.
Yeah,
and I love how you said Mr. Rogers in the 80s. This was the 60s. This was around the civil rights era. This was when he put his. Let's find out what year.
Yeah, he was around for a long time though, man. I still kind of remember him when I was a kid, right? Like he was still going in the 80s, wasn't he?
He was. He went. I love when did Mr. Rogers and the first fill-in is put his feet in the pool. So that May 9th, 1969 is when he and it was, I believe. It was a postman. I believe it was a postal worker. They sat down and put their feet in the pool and just chatted.
My family thought that he sold out when he integrated, so they would only show me pre-1968 Mr. Rogers, you know? Make Mr. Rogers great again is what they would say in my household.
Oh, I'm getting dark on TikTok because we don't usually go this late. I sit in front of a window, which is why usually there's so much sunlight you see the whole basement. But right now it's getting dark. I'm still bright, but yeah. All right, well let's hit the next story. This one has. Oh, I only sent you a few stories. So this one, I love it's from Fox News.
Hang on, before you do this, can you hit some more questions? I got to take my dog downstairs. He keeps yelping and pissing me off. I'll be right back.
Oh, sure. I don't hear it at all.
Oh,
but
okay.
Ultra says they can give you popcorn lung. Mick has one. The lithium battery in them is way more dangerous than a cigarette, but I'm the drainage. Yeah, because you bring lithium batteries on a plane. You can't bring those hoverboards anymore. Lithium batteries, they burst into flames. I wonder if it would burst into flames on your. I wonder if that's a danger. But just stick to smoking flower. Yeah. The last story I wanted to do from Fox News, Apple and Google suppressed negative Graham Platner stories for months on their news platform. Study finds. Apple and Google spent months suppressing negative news stories about the scandal-plagued Maine Democrat Senate aide Graham Platner prior to his recent downfall, according to a new study obtained by Fox News Digital. Okay, I want to know just how poorly they suppressed those news stories because it was everywhere. Anytime I heard his name, it was for something negative. I never heard anything good about him. So this story saying that they were, anytime he made the news, it was because, a Nazi tattoo, or a woman said he talked about, I don't want to say the R word and get the, like they wanted to take it to, put it in a robber's butt. But every single time he made the news, it was for something worse.
I mean, we already called the president a pedophile, right? You might as well just say whatever you want to say.
Yeah, exactly. Well, sure, but but here's the source of information was the Media Research Center, a conservative watchdog group, found that Apple News and Google published 0 stories between November of last year and May of this year about various controversies that muddied Platner's Senate bid. They were out there. They were everywhere. Google is what I use. If you Google them, they didn't suppress shit. Or if they did,
dude, people only know him as a dude with a bunch of scandals and Nazi tattoos and shit. Like that's all people know him as.
Wait, you mean to tell me the former BlackRock mercenary had a questionable past? I know. Like,
yeah, I mean. I know we kind of started talking about this a little bit last week, but I will say
Blackwater. That's right.
If you can't trust a drunk oyster farmer with a Nazi tattoo, then who the hell can you trust? All my heroes are fading before my very eyes. This is ridiculous.
Exactly.
But no, I will say that I think this is a. Did you ever see the movie Birdman?
Yeah, I watched it once.
It's a little bit of a side thing. You know how they kind of, yeah.
I saw it after all the hype, so I thought it was fine, but there was so much hype about how good it was.
Sure.
That I was like, yeah, it's good. It didn't.
I loved it. I thought it deserved every bit of accolade it got.
Did you watch the trailer for Digger?
No.
Oh, it's his next film with Tom Cruise.
Oh, no shit.
It looks bizarre and good.
Oh, I did see something about that. I haven't seen the trailer yet, but yeah.
Oh, it's a Red Band trailer.
man. Yeah,
it's a red band trailer, so it's something.
Yeah, I can't wait to check it out. But you know how there was kind of like a theme in that movie where they were talking about sort of the old guards in entertainment. You know what I mean? The agents, the managers, all that, and how a lot of them, you know, it was very imperfect because a lot of them were just kind of shitty. You know what I mean? Like they would just
still are.
petty, and they would, yeah, exactly. They would blackball people for no reason, and they would, you know what I mean? They would just play favorites. And oh, this guy did me a favor, so I'm taking him over this way better actor.
Still
whatever,
that way,
right? But then they kind of flip it, and they're like, yeah, but they also kind of kept a lot of shit at shoe level too. Whereas the people that just blow up by going viral, it's like, oh, this guy was drunk and naked in Times Square. Let's go see his musical. You know, like that's
musical. They fill comedy clubs. Those assholes fill comedy.
Well,
they cut on the front of it. Yeah,
It really was about musicals in that one, or I think it was theater plays or whatever. But like. It really was talking about the entertainment industry in general, and I love that it looked at both sides, right? Well, I think this is a lot of people on the left are filled up with a Democratic establishment, especially after this last time around. They were like, you guys decided in your infinite wisdom to pick a guy to be president who was probably too old then, was definitely too old 4 years later. You didn't get him to drop. You didn't give your own side a primary. You just ran somebody who we didn't like. We all voted against her in the fucking primary the very time before. You guys suck at this. You're taking money from Israel. You're
Andrew Schultz on his podcast said that's why he didn't vote. Like he said, Andrew Schultz said, I've been a Democrat my whole life. When Bernie Sanders was his guest, he said, I'm just sick of it. They fucked you in 2016. They fucked you in 2020. They fucked Mayor Pete in 2020, and they shoved. They're
not actually going to do anything to fix healthcare in this country. And that's a lot of like the complaints from a lot of people on the more progressive. We get Democratic Party or whatever, right? Or just on the left. Now, the flip side of that is, you know what the Democratic establishment has? People that do background checks. Yeah, they go through a fucker's past. And if there's some guy who's out there raping women with Nazi tattoos, but he goes, but I want everyone to have free health care. Yeah, but you're out there raping people with a fucking with a swastika. It wasn't a swastika, it was a crazy SS skull, but still, you get what I'm saying. For all of their problems,
crawl so far up your ass with a microscope. They vet the shit out of you so that they don't get.
And all of the establishment's problems, they keep the shit at shoe level. You know.
Yes, and like we talked about last week, the interview with those two fucking idiots that chose him. That were just like, who are these two kids with no experience that were just like, yes, you are correct. That is a fucking great way of looking at it. Yes, they may be old, they may be out of touch, but they also don't throw in a candidate that's gonna implode because of really stupid shit. They throw in one that nobody wants that isn't gonna get any votes, but at least she wasn't doing horrible shit in her past.
If you get somebody who's way more on the progressive end on the left, I will tell you right now, they're either going to be way better than a moderate establishment Democrat or way worse, right? So it's until they, they got to start vetting people better. They got to fucking go into their past more. They got to keep that shit from happening because it's not doing any favors to people, on the farther left wing who, for the most part, there's some nutballs out there. We don't want cops. We just want the guys from Trader Joe's to show up to violent homicides and shit with clipboards and Hawaiian shirts.
We want them to talk it out.
Yeah. What if we just gave them hugs, man? What if we just hugged the MS-13 tattoos off their faces? And so, like that, you get some nutball shit. But like for the most part, it's just people who are like, we're tired of forever wars. We're tired of funding whatever the fuck Netanyahu's doing over there, and we should have free healthcare.
It's almost like the people that supported Trump because that's what he promised. No more forever wars. Yeah.
Well, and free healthcare. There's other things. You know what I mean? Like every country on the earth that's a developed nation for the most part has free healthcare. That's why it drives me nuts when I hear people go, "Well, it's just unrealistic, just wacky ass left-wing pipe dream. It's like, oh, you mean what every other country that's not a third world shithole does? That's what we can. And, they do have conservatives in those countries too, in places like Denmark or France or England, wherever.
And every conservative here that's against it gets great health care from their position in the government.
Right, but here's the thing. You know what the conservatives over there don't do? Because they do have conservatives in those countries.
Yeah, they don't run on let's cancel the health care.
Not a single one of them is running on, you know what I think we ought to do? We ought to make our health care like the Yanks do. They would be dead politically. That would be political suicide.
Yes. All right. One final update. I mentioned it and I forgot to tell you. Last week I said I lost my appeal on my comedy special. So apparently there's this company, real fucking weaselly assholes. They're making me do everything twice. So they file a claim against me saying, oh, we own your comedy. I file an appeal and say, no, you don't. They get the opportunity to either accept my appeal and drop their claim, or deny my appeal and accept and say they own it. So then I escalate it. I get another thing to escalate. And when I've done that, it happened twice over the course of this week. I say, no, fuck you. This is mine. And I show the copyright. And so then they drop it immediately. The instant I ask YouTube to investigate why they're claiming it, they drop. So the way this stupid process works is they get to file a claim saying, hey, we own his comedy special. I get to say, no, you don't. And they should go away. They should go, you got us. But instead they go, no, we do. And YouTube then, once I asked YouTube to get involved, then they drop it. So I do own my own comedy. I've won the process. But man, it is just insane what these fuckers can try and do. And I wonder how many artists out there cower and don't fight back and don't push back. And you don't have to say hi, Amy.
They said hi.
It's just it's insane. But all right,
they said hi. The podcast people said hi. Timmel says hi.
Echo, make an announcement.
Oh, can you grab me more wine?
Truman, come down to the basement, quick. Truman, down to the basement. By my room. Truman, come down to my basement, quick. Yes. All right. I am out of daylight, so I have been Nathan Timmel. You can find me at nathantimmel.com, and you can watch my special, Unapologetic, on YouTube, because I'm back, baby. At nathantimmel.com, you can find all things me, books, T-shirts, hats, stickers, magnets, everything. Jake can be found at Jake Vevra on all social media platforms. You can follow him. He doesn't post enough on TikTok, Jake. And YouTube, social media, Instagram. Yeah. Wow. That took a long time for the announcement to go through to get my kid down here. All right. Led says thanks for getting my congrats on it. But that's it. We will see you next. Oh, let me just I'm back where I'm good on Sunday again. I'm good on the next couple Sundays.
Yeah.
All right. Good seeing you, my friend.
I'm walking around in the smoke with no mask, and I'm eating Taco Bell with extra beans and lettuce with no underwear on because I don't give a fuck.
Living dangerously.